I don't usually cuss, but this is fucking stupid. I started a live stream. 1 minute after I started it, my phone did a forcible update. Shut down everything, no options to delay or anything. It just decided to do an update. And I just reconnected, and then it said, stop, your update is complete. I'm not switching to Apple before anybody starts. I'll stick with my Android. I love my Android. I love the camera quality of this Android. I'm not changing, but that pisses me off. It basically takes control of the phone, and I'm clueless. I can't control when it decides, hey, you have an update, do it now. I get to defer it once or twice, and then that's it. So my phone, I apologize for that. My phone decided that at the exact same moment I started a live update that it was going to shut down and update, and it took 7 minutes. I'm sorry for that, guys. So let's go. Let's try this again. I've got my screen up here. Now I've got a new live stream, so I've got to find that one on the screen here so I can conduct the chat. There are some things that I wanted to go over. Let's see here. My channel. Let's go live. Okay, so there it is. Hopefully it shows up. Yep, it shows up. Okay, so to the one person that's out there, thanks for kind of tagging along and chiming in. I did want to do another pop-up live, as I said before. No one saw that or heard it. Just kind of wanted to chat about some things. I'm getting a lot of questions about the 2025 Golf R and GTI. Today I was able to find an order guide for the Golf R. I didn't look for one for the GTI, but hi IQ. Play on your name there. So I just this order guide is okay. This car's gonna be 50 grand. They're kind of spinning it like it's not gonna be 50 grand, but the starting MSRP for the Golf R is going to be 47,100. 47,100. That doesn't include destination at 1225, and that's no options. So when you start adding options, boom, that car is going to be 49 easy if you just go with the 47.1 regular Golf R. Now, there's also a Golf R Black Edition. The Golf R Black Edition starts at 48,415. You put the 1225 on that thing, and that thing is 49. I think it's 49.6 something. 49,685 or something like that. That's 50 grand. Again, start adding options. That's going to go over 50 grand. Then there's this factory option package called the Euro Style package. So the Euro Style package is going to include the solid roof instead of a pano roof, the Akropovic exhaust. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. That's a European exhaust. Looks badass on the car, but you'll get that exhaust. They do it over in Europe. You'll get that exhaust. The driver's seat becomes manually adjustable, including a manual lumbar support plus power recline. Active front seat ventilation is removed. Diamond pattern cloth seating surfaces with art velours seat bolsters and padded door panels with art velour inserts. So basically, you're going back to a driver's car versus bougie. You're going to pay extra for that. $3,795. Add that on to 48,415 or 47,100. Wow. And that's not destination. Destination is still 1225. And that package, you're adding that to remove a sunroof? Ooh. I don't know, guys. I don't know how many people are going to be buying this car. The colors are the same. Mythos black metallic, pure white, and lapis blue. The wheels are coming. The images for the wheels are coming. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that lighter wheel that they talked about, that lightweight wheel. Let's see. Roadside assistance kit, bumperdillo, home link mirror, luggage net, rubber mat kit, dynamic center caps, an MDO package of all weather mats, heavy duty liner, and cargo blocks and a luggage net for the cargo area part of that. There's a Sirius XM extension of 3 months that you can add, so you get 6 months instead of 3 months. I'm not sure if anybody will ever want that. The DSG, obviously, our performance 4Motion all-wheel drive with torque vectoring is going to be looks like standard engine start stop system, cross XDS cross differential, dynamic modes for race mode, drift and special, dynamic variable ratio, electromechanical power steering with variable assistance, Servotronic, four-wheel independent suspension, and vented cross-drilled front and vented disc brakes with anti-lock braking system and hydraulic brake assist. Nothing sounds new there. That stuff all sounds great, but that package, the European Experience package, I'm not a buyer of that. I'm sorry, I'm not adding $4,000 to the car just off the bat. Let's see here. The headlights are going to look different. The change points, I tried loading those and it didn't load up. So that's not available yet either. Let's see. I'm just surprised that this came up today. The black edition sounds really interesting, but I'm not sure that one comes with leather seats like the regular R does, because all of the videos and pictures that I've seen of it, they don't they don't show that. They show a cloth seat, but Volkswagen makes sure we're very confused, just like the world is just now. I mean, everything's confusing. We aren't going to know anything till this car lands, and I don't think this looks like a good opportunity for them to open the order banks and you can actually order these cars. But after the debacle in 22, when that dealer tried to order 45 of them, I don't know that they're going to let us in the U.S. actually order this car. I think it's still going to be allocation only. It's going to be kind of luck of the draw. And then I think that what that's going to do is that's going to start markups again on these cars. I know my dealership on these Golf Rs, we did a 3K markup. It was the only car we did it on just because we had so many people on a wait list. I just don't see this car selling in the numbers it was selling before, just because it's got a horsepower bump. It's still got torque vectoring. It's got this black package. It's got the slimmer front end. It's an 8.5. It's got the bigger screen. It's going to have chat GBT, allegedly. I don't know. It gives me more questions than answers, and I kind of wish I had more answers. Hybrid release. If you're referring to the U.S., who knows? When I mentioned it to my SOM, which that's your kind of regional manager that's over multiple dealerships in the region, he mentioned it to somebody, and for lack of a better phrase, they tried to cut his junk off for mentioning it. It's just like, no, shut the door on him, like, get out. Don't ever mention that again. So we don't know when that's coming. Hello, Walter. We're doing good down here. The other thing I wanted to talk about is Atlas. I have some connections at the factory, and I'm hearing that they're doing some pre-runs. They're doing some pre-runs on what we can presume is going to be a 2026 Atlas. I asked him some questions. I kind of quizzed him a bit, and he didn't really have answers. I said, were there flush mount door handles? And he said they weren't really flush mount. They were kind of the same as before, but they're a little different. But they're building these cars now as a pre-series. What they'll do is they'll build a number of these, and employees will get to drive these home, test them out. They get basically some real world testing in these cars. I don't think they really do the cladding or anything, or the cloaking, where they cover up things so they're not visible or whatever. But the pre-series are just pre-built cars that'll be crushed. They won't keep them. They won't sell them or anything like that. It's just they do employee testing with them. That's kind of encouraging because of the fact that we already have 2025s. We're not full up on 2025s, but we got a good amount. We have over 50 2025s. Same with the Cross Sport. So I'm guessing if they're running pre-series on the Atlas, they're going to be running pre-series on the Cross Sport here pretty soon too, which makes me think that the 26 is going to be out fairly quick. As in, maybe the 26 will appear by September or October. And again, you cannot quote me on that. That's just my guess, just from the experience I have with Volkswagen. I would think maybe September, October. He seemed to think that there was possibly a possibility that these could be 25 and a half. I don't really I'm not really down with that because I don't think they're really interested in doing a half year again after 2021 and a half. Um, they just did some tweaks there. They weren't quite ready to roll them out, and they kind of added them in 21 and a half. Whereas here, I think this thing gets a whole refresh or redesign. Um, the Tiguan hybrid, again, Walter's commented on that too. It'll happen, but true to fashion, Volkswagen will be very late to the party. I mean, very late. Because Subaru's now in that party. Toyota's definitely in that party. Honda's in that party. Um, Volkswagen's late to everything in the States. We're only 1% of their global sales. And I know I always sound dejected when I say that, but Volkswagen just doesn't. They don't do the intelligent things for the U.S. market. They just don't. They're not super intuitive to the U.S. market, and they just choose not to be. They're not really eager to learn more about our market or do things different or appease us or grow the market. They just aren't. They'll announce a whole list of things, a whole host of things that this car is going to do. It's going to be this. It does this. It parks itself. It does this. You can park it from your cell phone. It'll pull over on the side of the road and call for help. It'll do this and do this. And they make these great videos and send them all out and all of this stuff. And then by the time we get in the U.S., it's been doused with water. It's been bleached. It's been sterilized. That's been removed. That's been removed. This has been removed. And then you have this car that's just watered down. And of course, the competition has everything that you were supposed to have and more. And now you have a car that's inferior to the competitor. So I'm not saying that Volkswagen is inferior to the competitors, but they leave a lot on the table. They could be blowing competitors away right now, and they choose not to. So there was that saying: lead, follow, or get out of the way. Well, you decide. Let's see here. Not sure if you would know the answer, but but are there differences between the VWs in US and VWs in UK? Absolutely they are. You bet your dollars they are. 1,000%. First of all, the Tiguan that you have over in Europe is a European-based Tiguan. At one point, it was supposed to be based off the Tayron. That didn't happen. The Tayron is a larger version of a Tiguan. It's a similar car to a Tiguan. It's not a Tiguan at all. But a Tayron is a Chinese model that was larger, and that is now what the Tiguan is for the U.S. is going to be. It's a Tayron. They're going to label it and badge it as a Tiguan, call it a Tiguan, but it's not a Tiguan. Confused yet? So the Tiguan for the U.S. is actually a Tayron. It's not as big as the Chinese Tayron, but it's big. And rumor is it's bigger, but now we don't know until we see it whether it's going to be bigger or not because they've changed their minds on so many things. They were all going to have power folding mirrors. No, they're not. Only the SEL-R-Line is. They were going to do an illuminated logo front and rear on all of the trims above the S. Now they're not. It's only the SEL-R-Line. There were a number of other things. The SEL-R-Line black is still the thing. I think that's going to have head-up display along with the SEL, which is a need. Now, the SEL-R-Line black should, at this point in time, it's up there in cost. It's 39 grand as a 2024. It's going to be 35, 36 grand easily. I'm sorry. It's going to be 40 grand, 41 or 42 grand, somewhere between 40 and 42 grand, I'm guessing, for a 2025. And it should have a heated steering wheel at this point. It really should. There's no excuse for it not, because you can get any level of Taos with a heated steering wheel, any level of GTI with a heated steering wheel, any level of GTI with power folding mirrors. They don't make sense. And I would like to see Volkswagen streamline a lot of stuff. 2025 order guide now available. Search this full order guides breakdown with so I've seen that order guide, and yeah, it's kind of disappointing. It's kind of disheartening because there were a lot more things that we were going to add to those cars, and now they're not. Ambient lighting, 15 color ambient lighting for the lower trims, 30 color ambient lighting for the higher trims. I think the the SEL-R-Line and the SEL-R-Line. Yes, those are my videos. So if they're distracting, I guess I can turn them off. I forgot I had them running, but I wanted to have something on the TVs back there. It's the same video on both of those TVs there. It's the trim comparison video that I did. for 2024 Atlas. I just wanted something running. It wasn't going to be ads and well, a whole lot of ads. It's still going to run ads. Yeah. So the order guide is up there. It's been up for a little bit. I'm excited to see those. I will plug this. If you guys are interested in a Tiguan, you want to order a 2025 Tiguan, you can order it from me. Remember, you can fly in and drive out. I know we're not marking our cars up. I'm not sure how my manager is going to feel about negotiating on those. He's going to want to try to sell an ordered car at MSRP. I'll tell you that because I can't control what he does. But at the same time, I know that I can't. I do have some wiggle room. We want to have the volume. So I want to be a 30 plus car a month guy. I'm not that guy. Surprisingly, I know that probably surprises a lot of you. On average, I'll do 18 to 20 cars a month. On good months, I've done as many as 28, 29. But I want to be a 30 car a month guy, and I want to start focusing on that. I make a lot of these videos, but I've got a lot of stuff up, a lot of content now that helps people out. And now I can't believe I have to tell people, ask for me, because they don't. I get people to come to our dealership, and then they'll just settle in with any salesman. And it's like, hey guys, here I am right here. I don't have anybody. I could help you. They go, oh, you're that guy on TikTok. You're that guy on YouTube. You do great videos. I love those videos. But they're sitting in someone else's office. I don't get it. I don't know how. I'm clueless as to why that happens. 36K is high as a start. Are you referring to the Tiguan 2024 blowout deals at 0%? Kind of good right now. Yep, the 0% is good. The thing is, I'm sold out of Tiguan S's. Tiguan S's were 30 grand to 32 grand, whether you got front wheel drive or all wheel drive. SEs, I have two left. Two. A gray one and a white one with cinnamon interior. 36,773 for that white one. 36,773 for the gray one. Now I think I have $7,200 off of that. Oh, by the way, the website for my dealership is vwstl.com. If you go on there and you inquire or anything, you do a name drop, you drop any information, man, put in there you want to work with Reese. Do that. The website though, 0% on our Tiguans. We have 50 Tiguans left. Everything else, SEL-R-Line blacks, front wheel drive and all wheel drive. I have a whole multitude of those. We need to get rid of those too. And we know that we're going to run out of Tiguans, the 2024 Tiguans, before the new ones arrive. But we have a bunch of Taos too. And the 2025 Taos, I'm going to tell you what, the 2025 Taos impresses me. I did not expect to be impressed by that car, but I'm actually impressed with it. Better transmission, better, just drives better, looks better, interior's better, features are better, just laid out better, just looks better altogether. So I was really surprised at how well that car's put together. Also, Jetta, 2026 Jetta in little doses is starting to show up on the OMD. You guys probably don't know what OMD is. That's our order management console or order management console. I can't talk. I keep wanting to say council. It's not council, it's console. OMD is part of that. That's where our allocations show up, our inventory shows up, our in transit to dealer and wait list for order at factory and stuff coming from factory. It breaks it out in different categories or different stages of transit, where it's at in transit. So we can see those. Our total pipeline is 326 cars, I want to say. That's a lot. We just hit 200. We just went over 200 on the ground. We're at 209 now. Being tomorrow's the last day of the month, the shipping companies are going to make sure we get about 30 to 40 cars tomorrow. There are 55 in transit to us, so that's really possible. This is what the manufacturers do. They absolutely dump on the dealers the last day of the month. So when they take that picture, that snapshot on the 1st, these dealerships are just got cars coming out of their ass everywhere. So they don't have to allocate as many to them when the next allocation comes. It's kind of a ploy. Yep, the 2025 Taos does look good. I mean, if you're happy with your 2022, more power to you. That's great. Let's see. Also, Jetta, like I was saying, the 2026 Jetta started to show up on the OMD. There's a Jetta S and a Jetta SE showing up on there that you can actually place orders for 2026. I don't think there's any changes, but I'm kind of shocked that that's showing up this early. As for GTI, I'm going to see if I can pull up a GTI order guide for 2025, but I'm not sure that I can. So I'm going to move this screen over right here. Let's see here. Showroom, GTI. Let's see what comes up. The GTI for 2025 order guide. Yep, it is available. All right, so as this loads up, we'll see what we got here. 2025 GTI order guide. There's still an S, an SE, and an Autobahn. Automatic transmission only. We should all know that. SE leather seat package. $1,300 for that. So it was $1,295. They raised it $5. So what that does is that gives you the Vienna leather seating surfaces with perforated inserts. Driver's seat is power adjustable, including lumbar support with 3-position memory, actively ventilated front seats, and padded door panels. For leatherette door panels. SE trim only. So you can get that on the SE. Let's see. What was your question here? Any differences between the 25 GTI and the previous GTIs? Yep. Now I have a Golf R. I don't have a GTI, but I think 2 big things are happening. Physical buttons are back. At least we were told that was happening. And they are keeping, or they're going to that bigger screen. So colors for the GTI. Mythos Black Metallic. That's the one they changed to mid-production in 2024. They went from Deep Black Pearl to Mythos Black last year. Opal White Pearl is back. So Pure White is out. Pure White is out. That's awesome. And you can get that color on the S, the SE, or the Autobahn. So it's not limited to any trims. Also, Alpine Silver Metallic is a new color. That might look cool. And see, those are ads behind me right there and up there. Those are the ads that annoy me. But they also help pay my mortgage. So keeping that in mind, hey, don't skip the ads. I get paid for those. Moonstone Gray stays. And that's on all 3 trims. So none of these are like invalid for a certain trim. King's Red Metallic stays, and Slate Blue Metallic. Although in this, it looks like it's gray. So Slate Blue is probably like that iron steer, or dark iron blue was, or I can't remember what that gray was called, but the GTI had a dark iron blue that wasn't really that blue. It was a little bit of blue, but it was a lot of gray. So those are new colors. So additional paint costs are going to be on the Moonstone Gray and King's Red Metallic and Opal White Pearl. So they're going to charge a premium for that, and it's going to be $455. Starting MSRP for a GTI S is $32,445. For the GTI SE, $37,420. And for the Autobahn, hold on to your hats. $40,880 for a starting MSRP on the Autobahn. So what that means, $1,225 for destinations added to that, and you start adding features, the GTI is now a 45, 46 grand car, Autobahn, loaded up. So question Walter asked there, any differences between the 25 Golf Rs and previous Golf Rs? Yes. Horsepower bump. My generation of Golf R, the 22s, 23s, and 24s, 315. I believe they're bumping at the 328 for 20. There definitely is a horsepower bump on the Golf R. GTI stays the same. The headlights are a little squishier on the front. Not squishy like soft. I mean, they're smaller. The presence is smaller. And the Golf R is adding the black package, or the black edition. So there's 2 versions of the Golf R. And then if you get that European package, it deletes the sunroof. You go back to cloth seats. You get that European exhaust. And you go back to some manual stuff. The GTI is a great value, but here's the problem. 40 plus grand for a GTI when these cars used to be, when I started in the business back in 2013, a GTI, excuse me, a GTI S was 28 grand. Now it's 4.5 grand more. 4.5 grand more. I get it. It's over 13 years, but buyers don't change. There's a unique GTI buyers are a unique buyer. They're a unique set. And then the Autobahn, I still have 2 Autobahns sitting on my lot that are manual transmissions. The pricing is killing this car. The pricing is absolutely killing this car. You get a lot of content for your money. I by no means am saying this car is not worth the money. It's just the money. The money for any car right now. An Atlas. Okay, so an Atlas S, when Atlases first came out in 2017, that would have been a V6 front-wheel drive, captain's chairs, cloth seats, and a keyed ignition. I want to say that that car started out at, oh man, I want to say that that car started out, the Atlas S was around 28 to 32. I think it was about 28 grand. And the launch edition came out, that was around 29 grand. Now an Atlas SE starts at 38 grand up to 42 grand. But you get a lot more content. I understand that. You get a whole lot more content. The pricing structure has just gone up, 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 up. And we haven't raised prices like Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Ram have, or we like to call them Stellantis. But man, it's just it's out of sight. A Jetta S now, 24 grand for a Jetta S. A Jetta Sport is 26 grand, and a Jetta SE is 28 grand. Any deals in the pipeline for the 24 GTI? 24 at 500 ends 3.3. I'm going to bet that they extend that. They're probably going to extend any deals that are out there on 2024s, and they've extended 0% on the Tiguan twice now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did it again. And I wouldn't be surprised if they kept their foot on the accelerator just to clear the pipelines of the 24 Tiguans, but to make room for the 25s when they come in. They could end it, but that would probably make the inventory stagnant. And a lot of dealers stocked up on Tiguans because they knew that there was going to be a lull between production. We have not had a Tiguan built since January 1st. It's illegal. We're told it's illegal to build a 24 and a 25 model year, a model year in the year and not be in one calendar year and build the previous year's model. You can't do it. So that's what I've heard on that. And the new one's was not supposed to be out to June. They've moved it up to May. So they're trying to get production going a little faster. I'm not sure what we're going to get, if we're going to get a whole bunch of S's or anything like that. I think that's going to be a kind of a different animal. So on the GTI here, looks like they keep the 3 wheels that they have. That's the regular 18-inch two-tone machined. The 18-inch two-tone diamond turned, which is that wheel that's on the automatic SE. And it looks like the 19-inch black wheel is going to stay around. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with that, because currently that only comes on, that's the 20th anniversary Golf R wheel in black. That's on the 380s. So maybe the parts bin is still a little full on those and they're going to burn those out. Not sure what the justification is to get those wheels though, unless there's just going to be some that come with a black wheel package. On this order guide here, they're showing Moonstone Gray. Oh, interesting. They're showing a different wheel on this side shot of the here, let me see if I can kind of get this to show up on screen here. If you can see that, I'm going to move that a little bit there. If you can see that right there. Those wheels right there. So those wheels, yep, it went away. There we go. And if I scroll down a little bit right there, I don't know if you can pick up those wheels that much, but man, those are kind of interesting. Okay, so sorry about that. I have a tripod here. Let's see. So there doesn't look like a whole lot of new stuff here. I'll kind of pick out some new stuff on the order guide. Um, New things here. Adaptive front lighting system, or AFS, with dynamic cornering lights. It says it's new. That doesn't sound new to me on the GTI. Illuminated front logo. That's coming on the S, the SE, and the Autobahn. So you get that on all three. That's new. GTI grille, bumpers, badging, side trim, and exterior cladding, red character line, and headlights. That's new. So that'll be interesting to see in person. Driver's seat, power adjustable, including power lumbar, optional in SE. Let's see, actively ventilated seats. That's not new. Let's see, I'm looking for other new stuff. Okay, art velour seating surfaces with GTI Club Sport hexagonal pattern and red trim. That's new. That's from the Club Sport. That's a European thing. That's new, and that's going to be available on the SE. Looks like that's going to come on the SE. Let's see. Park Assist Plus with throttle control. That's interesting. If that's what I think it is, we've been told that we're going to have Park Assist Plus is going to be something where you can use your phone to park your car. So you can be standing outside of your car and actually parallel park or perpendicular park. Dynamic road sign display is going to be standard in all trims, including the S. Light assist is going to be available. That automatic high beam is going to be available in the SE now. Or it's going to be on the SE. It's standard, not available as an option. It's just going to be there. 12.9 touchscreen, multifunctional center display with illuminated sliders. They made sure to say with illuminated sliders. So yay, we get that on all three trims. 12.9 inch screen. So that's the screen that's in the ID Buzz. That's going to be in a 2025 Tiguan, and that's going to be in the ID4, the 2025. We just got our first 2025 ID4 today at the dealership. I was off today, so I'll take a look at that, and I'll be making a video as soon as that guy's PDI. QI or key, however you say that. Wireless inductive charger up to 15 watts, compatible for mobile phones and accessories in the front row. That is new. It says, and that's in the GTI S, SE, or Autobahn. First aid kit, foldable warning triangle, and reflective safety vest. That's new. That is a European thing, and that is where people reach out to me all the time and ask what that empty spot is in the back of their hatch. When they lift up the hatch, there's like a rectangular opening there, and nothing's there. That's what's going to go there. That's new as well. So that's the end of the new stuff on that one. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go back over here and move this back up here. Let's see here. Go back to this guy. Make him big screen here. All right. Are there any other questions? Any talks of any new cars, current cars in 2026 beyond being rear-wheel drive? The only new car that we were hearing about was the ID7, and they scrapped that for the U.S. market. That car wasn't going to sell here. That was going to be another EV that sat on showrooms and got flat spots. That's just the truth of that car. Let's see here. Any word on the price or release date for the GTI? I just went over that. The GTI Autobahn's going to be $40,445. You're looking at $37,000. I just closed that guy out. $37,000 for an SE and $32,445 for an S, plus a $1225 destination charge. Golf R is going to be $40,000. Just $48,000 and some change for the Golf R. The Black Edition is going to be the Golf R Black Edition is going to be 49 grand, roughly, after the destination charge is added in, and the Golf R just regular is going to be 48 after added, like 48,475. So I did just go over those not too long ago. Any other questions, guys? We can talk. We talked about Atlas. 2026 is getting pre-run. It sounds like at the factory. There's no backup support for that or anything like that. I'm also starting to hear that the big wig that visited the Chattanooga factory, they may be looking at they're adding a model line that's a non-Volkswagen, but it is a VAG car. So it's a Volkswagen Automotive Group car that's going to be built at Chattanooga allegedly. It could be an EV, it could be an ICE engine. We're not sure, but Chattanooga is probably going to start heating up. And that Scout plant that's over in South Carolina that hasn't built a single car yet, my bets are that thing's not going to be building EVs like Scout only models. That thing's going to be another Volkswagen plant building something else to sidestep tariffs. It's a good chance that the Taos could come on U.S. soil if the Trump administration goes through with their tariffs, which are supposed to take effect here pretty soon, I think. And we've heard radio silence because it seems like no one knows. And that's going to be bad news for that new Tiguan as well. Yeah, the Golf R is probably going to be without a spare tire. I don't see why they would start adding that now, especially when they're when the price is going upwards. That only adds to the price, and that would add weight, and that would add price to the car. That's going to add at least $400 to the car, and it's going to add probably 100 pounds to the car with the kit and everything else. And they're not wanting to do that, especially being an all-wheel drive car with that setup. Right now, because that wheel well, there's not even room for a tire in that wheel well, even if you bought a spare tire. There's only room for that subwoofer in there. Let's see. And so Atlas and Atlas Crossport, I think my suspicions are that the 2026 is going to be out before Halloween. The 2026 Jetta will probably be out before Halloween because we can see that in our order banks that there's two versions of the 2026 in there. Also, the 2025 Tiguan will start showing up around May, allegedly. And then Porsche and Audi are supposedly considering building on U.S. soil. The easiest way and quickest way to do that is going to be expand Chattanooga rather than build something new from the ground up. I think with that being said, the Scout thing, I don't know, guys. I'm still not a huge fan of that. It could end up being a second plant for Rivian with this Volkswagen partnership. I'm just thinking outside the box a little bit. We did invest $1 billion with an additional $4.7 billion going to Rivian. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm scrolling up here so I can see the comments here. Would you personally go with GTI 380 SE or 25 GTI SE? That's not an easy question to answer. It's a better question than what I thought you were asking, because I thought you were asking me whether you would go with if I would go with an R over a GTI. The answer to that question is yes, no, maybe. But anyway, you didn't ask that question, so I'll answer your question. The 380 SE, if the 380 is where your heart's at, go with the 380. If the manual transmission is where your heart is at. I'm an old man, so I'm pushing close to 60. I know I don't look it, black don't crack, but it spreads. But I'm going to tell you, I worry about my leg, my hip going out, something like that, and having a clutch vehicle. Yeah, I'm not down with that. I kind of got bored with it when I drove one for a weekend, driving the manual gearbox. I kind of like my DSG. It's a hell of a lot faster. It's so quick. And I don't have to worry about a clutch at that point. So, I mean, I'd probably go with the 25 SE because you're going to, and here's the other thing. If you care about that 12.9-inch screen and the functionality of that and the backlit sliders, then wait for the 2025. Otherwise, if you want a firehouse steal of a deal on a car, get you a 380 SE right now, because I guarantee you, there's dealerships out there that are advertising $8 and $9 grand off, but when they do that, beware, because there's a lot of trickery and there's being shysters if they're telling you can get $9 grand off the car. because there's nothing to back that up, and no dealer's going to lose 8 to 9 grand off of the car. They're just not. A realistic discount is going to be more like 4 to 5 grand off. That's including the customer bonus and a special financing. However, I don't see the special financing getting any better than 4.9, maybe 3.9, but I doubt it. They don't usually discount GTIs that much or aggressively. The other thing I would say, there aren't going to be any special deals on Golf R. I have 3 people on a wait list already for a Golf R. If you want to join my list, it costs $500 to do so. The reason I take $500 from you, and most other dealers probably won't, is that then I have your money at that point, and I don't have to chase you for money when I have an allocation. Because the way it works in my dealership, I get a call from, or my manager gets a call from Volkswagen, hey, we've got this car, do you want it? I go through my list and say, hey, I have an order for that car, I have a wait list customer for that car or that car. I don't have to chase you for $500 because I have to then prove to Volkswagen that I have $500 deposit on the car before they give it to me. I don't have to do that at that point. So I don't end up losing out on allocations or losing cars or crying wolf and saying, yes, I need that car, and then I don't have the money to back it up. So that's why I go with a $500 deposit right up front. Then I have your money and you're on the list, and then I don't have to chase you for it. And then when the car gets here, your $500 goes towards the car. Remember, fly in and drive out. I don't have. I keep saying that. I like to remind people of that, but man, it's a good thing. It's worked for me. Let's see. So yes, if you want a manual gearbox, go with the 24. If you care about the backlit sliders, there's a no horsepower bump. If you care about the backlit sliders, you care about the 12.9 inch screen, go with the 20. Oh, and physical buttons. If you care about that, wait for the 25. I had to squash a yawn there. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Golf R, physical buttons again. I think there's going to be piano black in this car all over it again. There may be carbon fiber in one of these two. I think the black edition might come with carbon fiber. I don't want to read through the whole order guide and see that, to try to find that now, because it's kind of disrespectful to you guys. I think I shouldn't be looking up there for prolonged periods trying to read. Thank you so much for amazing videos and knowledge. I'm getting too old right now. Should start. Shoulder is starting to hurt. Okay. Well, Mag, where are you? Where are you watching from? Because I don't remember seeing you in the chat before. But and speaking of chat, guys, I'm going to tell you this, and it's you can add a super chat up there. It's a little one with a $sign or whatever. It helps me on the channel. It helps me with merchandise and stuff like that. I'm trying to move merchandise and stuff like that. My kids are like, Dad, you have merch. You got to start moving your merchandise. Well, I got to find another supplier, I think, because I'm not getting. I'm not happy with the. I'm happy with the product. I'm not happy with the supplier. So this shirt right here, I wear this every time. I got new ones. I moved the drawstrings there. So there's the Bus, there's the Beetle, and a Volkswagen Guru. And I got a new hashtag on there for Resells Cars and all that. There's stuff up there at the top. There's super chat. You can donate to the channel that way. I'm also starting memberships because YouTube's doing a big push towards that stuff there. I'm always amazed at the viewership that I get, the views that I get on the free stuff and all that. The analytics are just absolutely eye-popping. I've been blessed. God's blessed me with you guys giving a shit about what I do. That's crazy. The videos that I do and all of that stuff, they're important to people, and they help people make decisions, and I love that. So if you feel you want to donate to me or the channel, go ahead and do that. That's what the super chat is. There's also memberships. I'm going to add more content, and it'll be stuff that only members get by doing that. YouTube's been bugging me for probably 6 to 7 months to start memberships, and a lot of other channels have been doing it, and it seems to be a successful thing. So that I need to kind of explore and grow with. Also, I've hit 15,000 subscribers. I'm actually on my way to 15,100, which is pretty amazing, and I'm closing in on 14 million views. Man, if you guys like the video, share them with your friends, share them on your Facebook page. I need my videos to get more traction because I got way more content than any of the other reviewers. It's just the viewership is way down on what I got versus what they have. I'm the only guy out there that really does Volkswagen only. So I appreciate each and every one of you, and just help get the word out about my videos. Share them, share them, share them. If you got family members you're trying to get to get a Volkswagen, send them a video or two. Um, if you got questions for me, I always give out my cell phone number in there. Shoot me a text or leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'm a little tongue tied today. I'm just telling you. The other thing is, there's a lot of new stuff coming, and I'll talk about that. Another push that Volkswagen is, or not Volkswagen, I'm sorry, YouTube is doing is podcasts. I'm going to start doing podcasts, and it's not that I have to do a podcast about Volkswagen stuff either. I can do it about other things. I can chat about other things, other topics. I can chat about football. I'm a college basketball fan, huge college basketball fan. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. I'm a Chiefs fan, you know that. I know there's a lot of hate out there on the Chiefs. I'm still a Chiefs fan. I've lived in Kansas City all those years, and we sucked for a long time. We paid our dues. So there's that. And congratulations to the Eagles, by the way. The other thing is if there's new breaking news about stuff, I might come on and talk about it. Volkswagen doesn't really have a whole lot of breaking news going on right now, especially when it comes to the U.S. market. But I like to talk about stuff. The tariffs, as soon as I know something about it, I'll tell you guys about it. Any new cars that are coming out, I'll tell you about that. Oh, speaking of new cars, ID Buzz. I have two on the ground, a rear-wheel drive silver one with Philly in the house. Awesome. Are you guys still celebrating? So I have one that's it's called Metro Silver, and it has a copper interior with yellow piping, which is actually a pretty cool looking vehicle. Also, we have an energetic orange one with a white upper that has that dune interior. They just loaded a Mahi green one on a train for us. It'll have dune interior. It's a first edition all-wheel drive. It'll have that electrochromic roof. It'll have captain's chairs. It'll have roof rails. It'll have a bumpertillo. It's going to be nice. There are 4 more of these at port. Another energetic orange, the Cabana blue, that is already sold. And we have a pomelo yellow, I believe, and an all black one that is a rear wheel drive like the Metro Silver. That's going to have the moonlight color, which is that dark brown color on the interior. That thing's going to look sick too. We also have on the used side a 2019 Beetle that we're wrapping to look like Herbie the Love Bug. That's going to be cool. I don't know how many miles on that car, but we just got it. That's going to look really sharp. And that's the other thing. I do sell used cars too, so if you guys have interest in anything used, let me know. You can reach out to me via text, and I can help you out with that. Also, another thing that I'll tell you. Okay, not only do I have memberships now, not only do I have Super Chat, not only am I trying to do podcasts, I also have an app. There's a Reese Sells Cars app. If you need that app sent to you, you can text me. I'll send it to you, and I'll start posting on the bottom of my videos. There's a text code. You can text the number and get the link sent to you. I'll have a QR code for both my channel and that. Guys, I have to expand all of this stuff and do all this stuff. It's like I'm hawking everything. But man, I have to get my name out. My goal was to get my name out nationally. But unfortunately, what YouTube has done is I've got my name out globally, but not necessarily in my market and on a national scale when it comes to buying cars. I really want to be known as the guy to go to in St. Louis, and it's just not working out that way because the demographic is too widespread for that. So I'm a little less localized than I'd like to be, but I'm more globalized than I ever imagined I would be. So if that makes sense. Does anyone else have any other questions? Mag, you're in California. That's awesome. I've sold 5 cars to people in California. Los Angeles, Victorville, 2 in Winchester. I don't remember where the other place is, but there was one lady that actually flew from Los Angeles to get a car. I've had a couple people from near Vegas that reach out to me. but getting on a plane is not for everybody. I understand that, especially now. Holy crap, oy vey, what's going on with the planes? Um, then, I mean, there's different times, there's different things. Thanks for chiming in there, Walter. Have a good evening. So I'm rolling up on 50 minutes here. I'm probably going to peace out here in about 5 minutes. If anyone else has a question, go ahead and throw it in there. If you don't, I'm going to start wrapping up. But I'm going to start making a lot more content here. So now that we have so much stuff on the ground, I'm going to try to make them a little shorter video, load up some stuff there, and try to fill up some stuff for the membership side of things. There's different levels of membership too. So there'll be 3 different types of membership. There's the thing, there's the 23 window, and there's, I don't remember what I called the other one, but there are 3 of them, and they're all kind of Volkswagen references. I'm going to get going on that stuff too. And I'm going to start selling more cars. So now that it's warmed up and the weather can't really crimp our style so much, February was a bust month, and January was a bust month because we got 2 large snowstorms that gave us over 10 inches of snow, and that's not normal for here. So with that being said, guys, if there's not any other questions, I'm going to wave adieu, peace, sayonara, and then like I said, I'm going to try to schedule these more, but I've been doing a couple pop-up ones here. But the order guide popped up for the Golf R. I wanted to go over that, and then of course the GTI one popped up too. So as I learn more stuff, I'll let you know, and if I find anything else out on tariffs or anything like that, I'll let you know as well, especially that new Tiguan too. So keep tuning into the channel. Click the bell for subscribe, or for update notifications, I should say, and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And this was kind of a boring chat. Sorry about that. I didn't have a whole lot of stuff to go over, but I promise you I'll get more content up there, and I'll be more informative in the future. So with that being said, guys, have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.